Welcome to the Volume 1 studio tour. Today we're finally going to be showing you what's behind the camera, giving you a peek behind the curtain, and revealing once and for all that we basically record and produce this show out of a kitchen. So let's just get into it. And let's show you guys around. This is basically what we see every day. From our point of view, we look at this wall, which has a lot of cool stuff on it, okay? It's got a Nami poster, a Frankie poster, and our whiteboard where we brainstorm everything, plan everything. We have all of our meetings in this area, and we put stuff on this board that we just want to be reminded of. You know, we work really hard on stuff, and we plan things out, despite what some people think. Over here, we have, I love this area. First of all, it's on a litter box. This is kind of just a junk area, but I like it. And mostly I like it because of BB-8 here, who just, BB-8's cosplaying, basically. There's no really else to put this BB-8, so it's just kind of in the corner. But every time we do a cosplay, there's always like little things that we also have nowhere to put. So I just started sticking things on BB-8. Like I have some Kana horns here. This wasn't my Sakamoto days beard, was it?
I think it was the Luffy.
Oh, it was the Dressrosa.
Yeah.
Lucy. It was
Lucy.
It was Lucy.
Who's Luffy?
Here's the I have some just like leftover Hawkins cosplay, some pieces from the Hawkins cosplay. This is the Spanda mask, the first attempt at the Soge King mask that I did. There's a better one, a second attempt on the other wall, and I don't like saying better, and I'm sorry I said that. Without you, there would be no other mask. I mean, you were everything. This is one of the, I don't know if it's first masks, but one of the first masks I ever made. It's a JoJo mask. It's got a little Lucci goatee on it. I made this for, I think, our first JoJo episode that we ever did. It's actually like one of those just like plain sort of theater masks, and I just glued wire on it. This is a bag that I wanted to raffle. This is usually like when I go outside to like spray something. That's why I have all the spray paints right here. I'll just be, going in and out, because this is like a little like patio area. So yeah, there's the Lucci mask that I wore on the Reverie here, page 1 hat. There's like the Kuma hat underneath this. Up here, you can see all of the hats that we've collected over the course of all the videos that we've done. I mean, just looking right here, you can see obviously the Chopper hat, the Law hat. This was from Dressrosa. This is Lucci, Ace. There's some Robin, like cowboy hats, throwback to Cowboy Hat Robin. Best Robin, like the finest Robin. Mehgan's Bonnie hat, a Viking hat. I think this was from like a Fire Force episode. Just every hat, so many hats that we had to put up a shelf.
A hat on a hat, you might say.
This is a hat on a hat, 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 on a helmet.
Oh.
Frankie and Nami, shout out Notorious _ I think, PEZ, which we'll throw up and tag as well. This is kind of a newer edition. Okay, I'm really excited about this, all right? This is where I have recently started displaying two of the helmets that I made. The Vegapunk helmet, which I was so happy with. This is probably one of the like newest things that I've made, and I've just been obsessed with it because I had to make this with my own sort of patterns, like references, all that stuff. Like the pattern already existed for this one, but this one was like all the patterns, everything, all the reference images. Like I kind of made this one from scratch completely on my own, which is why I'm a little more proud of it, I guess. And I am so happy with the way it turned out. Although, it doesn't fit on my head anymore.
Oh, he's putting it on.
Oh, it might not fit on my head.
Really? Anymore?
That's a big bummer. These were so expensive. I think these were like $20 each. And they were like, the drinks were like, they weren't bad. They were good, but they weren't $20 good.
Yeah.
I mean, we bought them just so we could have these, keep these, this glassware, I guess. We have the beautiful Boa Hancock sitting on top. Of course, down here, you got Monty, our producer, our manager. You got his food, his water. Bougie. It's a bougie. Let me get down here, right here. It says bougie. He's living large, dude. Look at this fancy ass litter box right here. Fancy water fountain, an elevated bowl. Living better than I am sometimes. These chairs, they were supposed to be for the podcast. And the reason that they needed to be so tall was because one day I got the idea to put the studio table on wheels. But Mehgan had the hardest time sitting on these chairs, and she'll tell you all about them. I love controlled clutter and chaos. This is another junk area with the golden Buster call. Den Mushy right here. I'm calling Buster calls on everyone. So if you don't like this video, put the camera back on me, Mehgan. Thank you. If you don't like this video and subscribe, if you're not subscribed yet, I'm hitting it, and you're gonna get Buster called. You're gonna get Buster called if you don't like and subscribe, or leave a comment, whatever. Thank you. Why are you showing my hands? Pochita, pop socket, Frankie nose. It doesn't stay if I don't put the glasses on. A devil fruit that we were supposed to mail out to somebody, but never did because we suck. I have some goggles for when I work on stuff, a respirator, mask for when I work on stuff. Mehgan has her birthday freaking shot glass hung up here. And we have some anime, what is this? Anime Riverside badges. But yeah, this is it. And now we'll show you more of the lighting setup and more of the equipment. But I think this covers, or that covers. Come closer, Mehgan. Come closer. I feel like, what is that series of like, come on in, Vogue. Come on in. Yeah.
With Josh and Magic Michael.
Come on in.
And I follow you around. I'm like, what is your aura color? And they
blue.
Like, yeah, it's just like, and then they answer
blue.
Immediately. They answer immediately.
And it just seems really scripted. It seems really weird. I don't like it.
But what's your color? What's your color of your aura?
Blue. Anyway, that's gonna do it for this area, pretty much. Shelf, litter box, board, cool prints, helmets, bottles, more cool junk, chairs. There's still so much studio left to show you, so Megan's gonna hand the camera over to me so she can show you a little bit more.
Moving on to this section of the studio, we used to have this in frame for the longest time when the table was flipped, but now that it's not, you barely see this, if at all. So it is kind of just for us, and it just works as an area to put, manga that we're reading or have read before on here. But it's a cool backdrop. We've done a couple of shorts too that have shown off like this kind of area, and just a couple of figures that don't fit on either of the shelves that we have. A stack of the exclusive volume 1 bookmarks. If you've seen us at a con, we pass these out after we do those types of videos. Do they use them? Hopefully. If they don't, okay. We have Pochichi. We have Sanji here in the back because he's not allowed on the main show. I'm just kidding. This really cool Best God Usopp Soge King mask. I think this is the best one in the studio.
Stop. They're both really.
So we have that really, really well done. Like better than any other one I've seen here. We have another Notorious _PEZ piece of art. This might be my favorite in the collection, to be honest.
And it's so sick that it's like right next to the.
Yeah. That was so. We were like, where do we put this? We're like, perfect. This is probably one of my favorite things in the studio. Guts. Dragon Slayer in the corner, so sick. It looks like Claw died. And this is like his sword.
It looks like
it's his grave.
Ichigo killed Law with the Dragon Slayer sword.
That's what it looks like. And Josh made this all by hand, by the way, so that's pretty crazy. We do have a mini fridge here that I brought a while ago. We never use it. It is just like a shelf now, and we probably should. Because I, drink liquids. You drink liquids.
Right, I do.
And we get dehydrated and we have to walk all the way to the fridge. Like, I don't think so. I don't think we're walking over there. So we probably should plug this bad boy up.
It's not really that far.
It's not.
Look at all the cool perler bead magnets.
Wow.
Pretty cool.
And we have like some figures around that we haven't opened yet or have no room to store. There's like a Jolene one there. Jotaro. I got this cute little chopper mug that I haven't used yet, but I'm so excited to use it. It's so cute. And then we have a smell good thing here for the litter, but I mean just for the air.
That you just put up today. Because you want to act like we're clean.
Anyway.
Because you want to act like people can smell the studio in this video.
We have a ancient relic here. Series that elevate / disrespect the source material. Just one of our old videos, and Josh had a little note card. He thought it was like, you know.
No,
I don't know
I
who you
stay
thought
with
you
the
were.
production value,
You're
okay?
like Jimmy Fallon and shit. Like, you're
Bro.
trying to be Jimmy Fallon. For real. That's what you were
Bro,
doing.
I stay with
You're
the
like,
production.
I don't know, Jimmy Fallon? This consists of, I think, mainly all of mine. I think this one's yours. But everyone on here is my part of my figure collection. So we have some like Miku's, random assortment. Oh my gosh. I recently got this in Little Tokyo. I mean, come on, it's Fuko. I was shook. I was gunked off my butt when I saw this. I love her, and she's adorable. I don't want to go like through this is this and this is that and this because it'll be here forever. But I have some like Nendroid boxes on the bottom here that I have no more room for. These two sides kind of like reflect like mine and Josh's, not necessarily taste, but you know, like our collection, I guess. So I have a couple of my favorite manga in the back of these figures that I have. You could see these pretty well when we do like our regular videos, like our one camera setup, or even like any camera setup. You see all these shelves. So we have Chainsaw Man, Dan, Skip and Loafer. I have this beautiful bunny girl, Sonico, Super Sonico, love her. And this is a prize figure, you guys. You guys are sleeping. You guys are sleeping on Sonico. Prize figures are one of the best. And I collect a lot of them because she's just so adorable in all of her poses, and she just has a great energy. I recently got this too. Lucky Star fans, where you at? And then we have, of course, Asuka hanging out on the side here.
Vivi.
Oh yeah, Vivi, sorry. This is Vivi, our own personal snail transponder. And Josh made it, of course. So cute. And this is Volume 1 Chan for the real ones. She still lights, she still glows.
She's still in there somewhere.
She's still, what, hello?
Oh. No, she doesn't want to talk.
No, she said she wants to come back. Whoa, okay, we'll talk about this later, okay?
Yeah, we'll talk about that later.
We have a couple pieces for some really awesome people in our community that are just so lovely and decided to gift us their talents, and we look at them every day. We'll include the tags underneath, maybe on the screen or maybe in the description of a couple of the different ones here. But yeah, these are awesome. And you guys, this is where the magic happens. So this is where the magic happens. This is my little setup right here. I have a little curler for emergencies. This is my coaster. It's kind of dirty, don't look at it. And this is my soundboard that you guys helped buy because Josh wouldn't get me one because he wanted all the power. So thank you. And I have a couple stickers here. I probably should get some better ones. My Juzo Inui pillow that I use for support. Oh, and I need to mention the chairs because it's a big deal. So we got these at Goodwill the other day. It's such a great deal, like 2 for $20, come on now. But I feel like I have so much more room for my body, and it is just so much more comfortable. I'm not swiveling around like a bumbling idiot. I'm staying secure and in place like a confident young woman. I'm losing it. I'm losing my mind, I think. But anyway, thank you for touring my side of the studio. I think we'll hop into Josh's side. What do you say? What do you say? Yes!
This is the equipment area. This is where all the hardware is. So let's get into some of that. First of all, we have these beautiful microphones that I'll include Mehgan's and this one will be maybe a little graphic or some text or something telling you exactly which mics. I know a lot of other people on podcasts have the Shure. I think it's a SM7B. I wanted to be different. So we got the RE20, which I think is a beautiful broadcast mic. Some mic arms. I think we got these on Amazon, but we had to drill into this table, and this table has been through it. A table that me and my brother bought when we first moved into this apartment. We record and produce this show out of an apartment, and frankly, if you look at the walls, does the landlord know about all of the stuff that we've done? Probably no. No. And will there be a deposit or something, or money? Will money have to be paid? Probably. Will we get into some trouble Probably, but they don't know, and what they don't know won't kill them. We put a like I don't even know what it's called, but it's like a
vinyl.
It's like a vinyl on top of it, and
it's like fake wood.
Yeah. Because before, and I don't know why I thought this was a good idea, there was like a black tablecloth that I had stapled to the top of this table. This table's really been through it.
Yeah.
It has wheels on the bottom of it because I thought, like I think I might have mentioned it before, I thought it was gonna be a good idea to be able to move the table around in case we wanted to do like different types of shots or needed to do different types of shots, but really it hasn't moved since I put it on wheels, which is kind of funny. That's why we have to have higher chairs because it raised, the wheels are so big that it raised the table up. I have my soundboard over here. This is an ATEM Mini Pro. This is a switcher. So basically in the back, you can see multiple HDMI outs. This is basically how we switch cameras live during an episode. So it'll be camera 1, camera 2, camera 3, camera 4, so on and so forth. This is like integral to like everything that we do because again, it saves so much on editing time. I think at the time when it came out, it was about $500. You can see like how nasty the buttons are and how just like the residue that's there from, I have to have my fingers on it at all times. So like my camera is usually camera 1 and Megan's is usually camera 2. And you'll see me in episodes and I'm sure there are people who notice and maybe people who don't, but I'll have my 2 fingers like rested right here. And so when I'm talking, I'll do this. Like I'm talking yada, 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 yada. When Megan talks, I'll go like that. When I talk here, but then sometimes like I'll get paranoid that my fingers have drifted and that they're not on the right button. So that's why you'll see me sometimes when Megan talks, look down and make sure that I'm actually hitting camera 2. I think it just makes it more interesting to be able to bounce back and forth from multiple shots. And this allows us to do that live or in the moment so that we don't have to go through hours of footage and do it manually, which I have done and used to do before. The cameras themselves are mirrorless cameras, and we have 2 of them that are EOS M50 Mark IIs, and one of them that's an EOS M50, just like the first one that came out. They plug straight into the switcher, which also works as a capture card, so it allows us to stream from our cameras into the switcher into OBS. But yeah, these are the cameras that we use, and we have 3 of them. Over here is the laptop that we use. This is a newer laptop, and look, guys, I can go on a tangent about this laptop, but I won't. I'm an idiot. Okay, I'm gonna try to make this as brief as possible. The reason that I wanted to get a laptop is because I don't really have a designated place that I edit everything. I kind of move around and like to be able to do whatever I need to do wherever I need to do it. So I thought, I'll just get a really high-end gaming laptop like I had for years, and that should be more than enough to stream, to edit, to handle Premiere. So I did extensive research and found this laptop, which I'll put what it is exactly in the video. There will be, hopefully you're seeing it here somewhere, but it's ass. It sucks. It's not good. It streams and does all of that well. I purchased it hoping that it would be a good editing computer as well, but it's not. It can't run Premiere well at all. And people in the comments were saying like, oh yeah, I run Premiere and Blender at the same time on this laptop. It's incredible. It's amazing. And for streaming and stuff, it's not bad. It's just not great when it comes to like editing. So I have to go to my other laptop to do all that editing and all the editing and stuff.
And we also have that plugged into our monitor right here.
There's supposed to be some sort of cable management here, but there kind of isn't. It's kind of a hot mess, but we have like mic cables and the cables for the ATEM and just everything. I mean, there's just for the HDMI ports, and there's even like extra added ports for things. It's doing a lot, but I need to invest in an actual PC, and I probably should have done that in the first place, but you live and you learn.
Spent the same amount of money.
I would have spent it. Thank you, Megan. Thank you.
Less, yeah.
Thank you.
You just built your own.
You live and you learn. Also over here is the interface. So we use a Scarlett. We have another interface over here, a Tascam interface. And this is what we run our microphones through. And again, this is going into the laptop as well. This is where we run everything. This little station on these plastic drawers, which has just so much junk from over the years, like extra, cosplay stuff, birthday hats, like extra mustaches and beards and antlers and so many things, and extra cables, Everything is also taped precariously to this table. I got my One Piece deck right here too. What's good? Running a blue Dofi deck. What's good? What's up? Let's play. And my figures too, which I'll cut to some sweet B-roll of my figures. And like Megan, I won't go into it by every single figure or in detail. It's funny because as we went deeper into One Piece, this figure shelf slowly just became more and more and more full of One Piece figures that now it's almost exclusively, it's like, I would say 80% One Piece figures now. Other fan art from our beautiful community. These are absolutely amazing. This is me as an Arankar, and I think I have like a snake. Yeah, they asked me what animal I wanted to be my Arankar form to be based on. I said snake because I'm Year of the Snake. You know, I got a snake tattoo and all that. We just want to display these pieces of art because they're so cool and they mean so much to us. And my shelf, Law, with a little Pochichi, Jotaro, a Genji Ito Uzumaki, really cool like blind box figure. I have Goodbye Eri right here, and the final Kentaro Miura Berserk. I think it has like a DVD, or no, it has a CD in it, but it's just in a poster. But I don't want to open it. It's a memorial. It's a memorial to the late, the great, the GOAT. Got a Luffy here, speaking of goats. Denji, or Chainsaw Man, Megan. Here, this Nendroid was the hardest Nendroid I've ever had to put together, but it looks really cool. That's my little shelf. That's my little area. Another beautiful piece of fan art sent to us by an amazing animator, like a Disney animator, which this is crazy. And he sent us like a time-lapse speed draw.
Amazing.
You've probably seen the green screen.
Oh, yeah.
The green screen.
I'll put something behind you on this one.
Yeah, we have this. We pull this down for thumbnails and stuff. And yeah, we pull it down sometimes for community lives. It's just so sick. It was so cheap. It's so awesome just having it up here and we can just pull it down. Although not too long ago, I went to go pull it down and it actually fell from out of the roof, which also I don't know if I should be putting holes in the roof either.
Yeah.
But let's just don't show it. But yeah, it actually fell out of the ceiling and came crashing down onto the figure shelf and the shelves behind it. And it was kind of a mess. But where am I? Where are you putting me?
I don't know. You can decide.
Put me on a beach.
Okay.
Surrounded by waifus. Give me some husbandos, and we're at the beach. We're at the beach. This is stuff you guys see all the time, but now you get to see more of like the equipment and what exactly that we use and what exactly goes into like producing the show, what kind of laptop, what kind of microphone. So the lighting setup that we have is we're basically, the hardest thing in my opinion when producing anything or filming anything is making the lighting look good. And it's been trial and error. Like lighting is something I think I struggle with the most. We have these two like Amazon, they're kind of like photo lights, I think, that I got in a kit. So there's one here and one there on the opposite end. This was a ceiling fan, which again, don't tell the landlord, please don't tell the landlord. I took the actual blades off the fan so that we could fit the green screen there. And I put these like lantern sort of bulbs over the lights so it softens them so they're not as harsh. And then another lamp that we use for kind of like, I guess more of a fill light. And again, I put another one of those really cheap Amazon like paper lantern balls on it to kind of soften that light. So that's kind of the lighting setup. We have 1, 2, 1 above, and then one kind of off to the side. I know it doesn't really look like it would make sense, but it looks good to me. The last couple things I really want to show are the floor. So if you look at the floor, there's so much blue tape all over the floor. And I bet you're wondering why there's so much tape on the floor. And it's basically just so that we know exactly where the tripods go every time we set up to record. So we're not wasting time so that we can get some consistency of the shots. And so everything looks cohesive, I guess, from episode to episode. And I know it changes sometimes because we're always still kind of trying to improve things, but the wheels should always be on or slightly behind this blue tape. So if we do move the table around, we know exactly where to put it. And then these are all different pieces. So like if we use one camera for like a community live, it'll go like here or here. You know, these are for like our own individual cameras. And the tripods themselves, we usually have back here. And they're really cheap tripods, like extremely like Walmart tripods, but I've kind of taped the cables that go into the cameras to the tripods so that it's a little more organized. And again, we're not trying to untangle cables every single time we set up to record, because truly and honestly, if there's one piece of advice I can give during this video, it's that you want to put as little obstacles between you and recording as possible. Instead of having to come down here, untangle cables, figure out where the tripod goes, set up the lights every time, I'm just trying to get rid of as many obstacles so that we can come down, put the tripod down where it needs to go, and then we're set up and we're ready, and we don't have to really think about it. That's pretty much everything. And now I feel like you've kind of seen it all. But I guess that's kind of everything. Now you've kind of seen Mehgan's side, my side, the equipment, the wall, the kitchen, the litter box, the hat shelf, the monitor. You've seen everything. Now that I've kind of finished showing you everything that I have to show you, I guess our final thoughts on everything, or how do we do this? How do we remember we don't do this kind of video.
Bye, guys.
Wait, hold on. That's gonna do it for our studio tour. Hopefully you guys learned things about how we do this show that you never knew before. Some things that maybe blew your mind.
Yeah, mush brain.
Let us know what the craziest thing to you was.
Yeah.
And thank you. Again, this space that we're in has gone through so many changes over the course of the years that we've done this show.
So many.
And we appreciate everybody who supports and watches what we do. This show, before it was, in a dining room next to a kitchen, it was upstairs in my room. We're just so blown away every day that we have such an amazing community of people that support us. We love you guys. We appreciate you guys. And the only thing left to do now is to get out of here on our outro. That's always the same and never changes, which today is...
I do like it's your
kitchen
/ studio. Or All Hail Volume 1 Studio.
Why that? It's our kitchen and our studio.
I literally pitched that like 3 fucking times. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And until next time, it's your studio / kitchen.